Martin Olyett.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I'm going to start off with one which I'm going to dedicate to our dear friend Rick. 22 miles to Olyett town, take my heels to the Bishop and Crown. Against the flow of the river I know, against the flow of the river I go. Well, headwinds you might batter me, but French sunrises they flatter me. Camp at night up at dawn to lay my heels on the Bishop's lawn. My clothes are sodden, wet with rain, looking out on Suffolk's plains. I'm the last of this working breed. I punt and push through the swathe of reed, and it's 22 miles to Olyett town. Take my heels to the Bishop and Crown. Against the flow of the river I know, against the flow of the river I go. And it's 22 miles to Olyett town. Take my heels to the Bishop and Crown. Against the flow of the river I know, against the flow of the river I go. We're making the traps, taking the time, earning a living come rain or shine. Runs in the family, the cards away, lazy wind through me every day. September rate parade, with daily people make our way to the cathedral in Lady Chapel. I bow my head near the altar where my kin were wed. And it's 22 miles to Olyett town. Take my heels to the Bishop and Crown. Against the flow of the river I know, against the flow of the river I go. And it's 22 miles to Olyett town. Take my heels to the Bishop and Crown. Against the flow of the river I know, against the flow of the river I go. Fireman agency, if they could, they'd put a stop to my livelihood. Can't love you and fend as much as I can. I'm Peter Carter, he'll catch a man. And there's 22 miles to Olyett town. Take my heels to the Bishop and Crown. Against the flow of the river I know, against the flow of the river I go. 'Cause it's 22 miles to Olyett town. Take my heels to the Bishop and Crown. Against the flow of the river I know, against the flow of the river I go. Okay, this is one I've done for quite a while. It's a bit of a funny story about an inanimate object's longing for a human being. Discuss. She was a young girl, she watched me in toil, in the hands of her father tilling the soil, till one day he passed me to this younger hand, and there she developed a love of the land. Those legs that were long, oh so gawky and thin, ah, but she was just renting the frame she dwelt in. And teenagers aren't always the first to the turf. Still she dug and she planted for all she was worth. And how long we've been together, out in all weathers, tending the gardens of our lives. The spade and the lady, the lace and the wood, I'm forged in the metal on which her foot stood. Well, he wasn't a rival, he was just a man. Well, he wedded and bedded, but he didn't understand how she tended the garden, kept immaculate house. But still he played away every time he ventured out. Then she was alone and he never returned. But something inside her, it ached and it yearned. In the 35th year, she returned to my side, and we worked through those seasons, for now she was mine. And how long we've been together, out in all weathers, tending the gardens of our lives. The spade and the lady, the lace and the wood, I'm forged in the metal in which her foot stood. Those legs that were steady, they'd slowly grown frail. I only grew rusty, but still hearty and hale. And garden maintenance crews, they lent me up against the shed. Shiny new Spear and Jacksons to the hard yards instead. Then the shaft one day splintered, it left just the blade. And in that wet garden I was left to decay, for the winter had took her at peace in her bed. My lifelong companion, right to the end. And how long we've been together, out in all weathers, tending the gardens of our lives. The spade and the lady, the lace and the wood, I'm forged in the metal in which her foot stood. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Perhaps no religious people here tonight. If you are, hope this doesn't offend you too much. And if it does offend somebody, you could see possibly we disappear into a pile of dust and
Yay!
stripes.
Hey, good trick.
This is called churches. When I go into churches, something takes a hold. I become a believer, every fibre of my soul. In churches, oh, I feel a better man. Apostles, saints and sinners, well, I see the master plan. When I go into churches, I'm comforted and calm. Light through stained glass windows, embraces keeps me warm. In churches, with someone sitting next to me, in whispered meditations, oh, I feel that Trinity. But when I leave and close the door, everyday existence attacks my every pore. come down, Jehovah, don't leave me at the gate. Don't pull up the drawbridge, you know it's not too late. Opulent cathedral, old abbey in the sticks. Well, I get the same feeling, yeah, it all seems to fit in churches. You seem to mean much more, and I guess that I don't blame you if you bolt and lock that door. So why would you throw those curtains wide? See the mess we've made outside. 'Cause we're miserable and fickle, we're everything you're not. We're a disappointing issue, but we're all that you have got. When I go into churches, well, many a head is bowed, 'cause folks, they get away with what your systems will allow in churches. Oh, I feel the need to pray. So don't leave us to our devices at the ending of the day. So don't leave us to our devices at the ending of the day. Thank you very much. Thank you.
May blessings be amongst you. That is Martin Olyett. Well done. Well done, Martin. Thank you very much indeed.